Hi there, my name is Sid and I'm with Royalty Systems. And today I'm excited to walk you through a demo of our fuzzy match tool. This is a great tool if you're working with some raw sales data or income data that you wish you could map to your catalog in order to report royalties. As we all know, it can be quite challenging to work with some messy data from DSPs and PROs, and this tool makes it a little bit easier. So the first step here is to upload the two files, the first being the unmapped data file, aka the messy data. This can be done in a couple of ways. There's a template provided. It's a 6-column template. And if you're a Curve client, you can just go to Income DB or Sales DB and upload or export invalid lines and just drop the export in here, and that becomes your file 1. File 2 is just your catalog. Again, there's a template present, 3 columns, titles, creator names, and identifiers. And you can even, as a Curve client, just export your tracks, releases, or bugs and drop the file. Some dummy data that I can run with for now. And you can drag and drop, and that opens up the configuration section wherein you can see a couple of sliders here. We can adjust this based on our tolerance for good matches or bad matches. Likewise, the higher you keep, the less garbage you will see in the filter, in the match results. Usually 75 is a decent place where you can still work with it. That said, anything that falls below the threshold is also accessible, and you can still do a few things with it. And then there is the score weightage, where you can see, where you can adjust how the tool prioritizes titles over creators. By default, 80 is a good spot, but you can move it for a source like BMI. You could probably move it all the way to 100 because there is no composer name present. There's an add source button. So this is handy if you're working with several sources within a single file. This is only applicable to publishers. And Curve clients can upload their sales file export. So this will fetch the account names and update the PRO information at every line level. Once we're happy with the settings here, we can hit this button, and that gives us a few options here. There is the first column, which is your the unmapped title, and the second column is the catalog match, and there's a similarity score. You can hover over these results and see the identifiers associated with them. You can even copy them and go to like a song view and look them up, or come back to Curve and search for them and so on. Some of this information is only there for reference. You can ignore them, hide them even, and just focus on the similarity score. This is your main thing. There's also a net value field. This is the sum of all the lines combined for this messy identifier in the file that you uploaded. You can sort by this value. There were several. You would be able to do that, and you could prioritize high impact matches and go ahead and approve them as you like them, right? We had set a threshold of 75, a ton of the results, and we know that there were 11 rows, so at least 10 of them fell below the threshold because they were probably not good enough. So we can look at them here in the unmatched titles view. And as we can see here, they were missing basically all of the information. They're just blank lines. No one knows what to do with them. Except you can select all of them and click this shiny little button here. The magic wand, before I trigger it, is an API-powered cleaning tool that, if you're a publisher, it searches for the ISWC stored within the messy data. It uses Music Brain's database to fetch clean titles and creator names or composer names. If you're a label or a distributor working with where Magic Wand works with the Spotify and the YouTube APIs, it cleans, it looks at the video ID from YouTube and the ISRC from Spotify API to clean up any missing information or wrong information or incomplete information. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that button, and as we see, a lot of the results went away, because good news is the Magic Wand was able to clean up enough, and these are the same lines that didn't have any value, and they now have some value, and they're therefore able to match with some of these titles that we had in file 2 here. Now we have a bit more data to work with. We can select them if we like them and bulk approve them. And at this point, when we're working with hundreds of results, which can be seen here, we can switch to maybe 50 or even 100 view per page, 100 results per page. And I usually like to scroll to the bottom to see, because this is sorted for similarity, usually if there are bad matches, they'll sit at the bottom. And if the ones at the bottom are decent enough or good enough matches, you can go up, you can select them all and approve them. And you could even switch it to pending. Before I do that, and undo one of them. And you can switch it to pending, so you can keep approving them, and they'll just keep disappearing from your view. Then once you have gone through and approved as much as you can, a couple of things we can do here. Oh, first of all, if we're happy with everything and there's nothing left on the bone, we could probably sort by net value. And let me actually undo some of this, right? To walk us through some other features here. So if we don't like a match, what we can do is we can look for other matches that are, well, that doesn't work for this one. Maybe it'll work for this work here. You can search and made up work. It's not in the database, never mind. It's not, if it's not part of the catalog file, it wouldn't be searchable. But this feature should give you the next 5 best matches, if there are any. And if there are none, then I'll just not be able to do it, obviously. And once you reach a point where you've done enough work, a couple of things you can do here. Well, first of all, it's always good to download progress. So this is your backup. You can always restore your session at this point as you download that CSV, which I may just do now. Actually, I'll wait. And then I will try to download them either all as just a CSV with all the results, just the approved lines, because that's all we want to look at. Maybe you want to send it to someone else for review. We can download as aliases. That is a file that is ready to go into Curve directly. And then there is society identifiers. We can, and then there's the ones that didn't match in the other view. If I tried the society identifier, it will not let me download it, simply because there is no source information. So I can do that in a couple of ways. I could either just write BMI and hit save, and it'll add a source column in every single line. Or I could upload a Curve sales file export, and it will update the source like this as well. This is quite handy if you're working with several different sources in a single file. So it's not safe to say everything is from ASCAP, right? And now we should be able to download a file that we can simply import into Curve. At this point, I might just download my progress, and everything that I've done is backed up. So I can clear the session, I can refresh the window, I can send this link to someone else, and the file to someone else, and they can then upload this file, and it'll restore the session back to its initial state. The fun part is we can now upload a different catalog data file, which I don't know if I have another, but maybe I'll try this one. And we can then run, let me approve these because these are good matches. I don't want to lose them. Anything that's not approved, we can run a partial processing on that. So as we see in the new file, there is a made up work, and this tool was able to reprocess just that line, look up that value in the new file, and match it. Fun thing about this is that since there is no composer name present, and there are two titles by that exact same, well, two works by that exact same title, the tool is actually warning us that this might not be the right version that we want to be mapping into. In that case, we can click this button and look at the other version that we have available. Hopefully there's a composer name present, and you can say, well, yeah, that's the one we want to go with. If there isn't one, I think the best and the safest approach is to maybe take this code and look up in the different databases, even reach out to your sources. But that's a quick, oh, maybe I should mention the noise filters. These are meant to be phrases you don't want to include while the matching is going on. So if it says remix, or maybe I'll just do a quick run of the publishing, the master side of things. We can see maybe there's a, yeah, so things like that, remix, currently it's ignoring that text within the title. So it is able to then better match it, and things like official music video is ignored as well. So that's noise filtering, but you can always add more noise phrases like instrumental and reprocess the rows, and it'll take care of that. But yeah, that's a quick, hopefully quick demo of the fuzzy match tool. I hope you find this useful. And if you have any questions, you hate a feature or you would like to see some other features, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Say hi. We love hearing from people. Have a good one.